Hello there, a very good evening and welcome to another edition of Primetime News on TV1. I'm Charlotte Benedict for the Newsfirst team.
And I'm Diara Virakon. Let's have a look at your headlines for tonight.
The headlines on Newsfirst. Nanda Malini bids farewell to the nation amidst the tears of thousands of fans. Rumesh Tharanga finishes first in men's javelin at 2026 Lausanne Diamond League. Mahinda, Gotabaya, Namal and others join ritual at Sinigama Devalaya. Dry spell dries up 35% of small reservoirs, disrupting water supplies in several areas. President instructs officials to prepare plans in response to developing El Nino conditions. Gum at the bridge linking two villages in Wilkamua vested in the public. US imposes 50% tariff on Canadian goods.
On to those stories in detail now. The final rites of late Dr. Nanda Malini, the legendary voice of Sri Lankan music, were performed this evening at the Borella Cemetery.
All funeral rites were carried out in accordance with her last will.
A large number of people gathered to pay their last respects to the late Dr. Nanda Malini until this evening. Her remains were placed for public viewing at the Nanda Malini Music Academy on Vijayapamawata in Nugegoda. President Andrew Kumar Dissanayake also paid his final respects last night. The public was given the opportunity to pay their final respects from 10 a.m. yesterday. Many people, including artists, politicians and fans, arrived to pay their final respects to Dr. Nanda Malini. Veteran musician Dr. Victor Ratnayake was also among those who paid final respects. The religious rites for the late Dr. Nanda Malini began at 10 a.m. today with the arrival of members of the Mahasangha.
Dr. Nanda Malini was a great devotee of the Buddha and a person deeply devoted to the Dhamma. She was a golden voice of this nation who brought together people of all races and communities. She worked to unite people and bridge divisions in society. She was also an exemplary woman who remained true to her principles without giving into political ideologies or extremism. As long as her voice remains, our nation will remember her. She was a woman who gave everything she had to this country and left nothing owed to it.
Following the religious rites, the public was once again given an opportunity to pay their final respects until 3:30 p.m. The funeral procession carrying the remains of Dr. Nanda Malini left the Nanda Malini Music Academy at 3:30 p.m. and proceeded to the Borella Public Cemetery via Rajagiriya. The final rites of the veteran singer were performed this evening. Her immortal voice left an enduring mark on Sri Lankan music. Veteran singer Dr. Nanda Malini, may you attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana.
Today is another special day for Sri Lankan athletics.
Since last night, the attention of sports fans across the country has been focused on Sri Lanka's outstanding javelin thrower, Rumesh Tharanga. Tharnika Naratna is ready to tell us more.
Thank you very much, Viara and Charlene. Yes, indeed, Sri Lanka's Rumesh Tharanga competed in the Lausanne Diamond League 2026, where he faced some of the world's top javelin throwers. And once again, Rumesh made his mark by beating some of the world's finest, delivering another impressive performance for Sri Lankan athletics.
The tournament was held in Lausanne, Switzerland. Sri Lanka's Rumesh Tharanga won the men's javelin throw event with a throw of 88.14 meters. He secured the title ahead of former world and Olympic champion Neeraj Chopra, who finished second, while former world champion Anderson Peters placed third. This was Rumesh's third Diamond League appearance.
Actually, I'm extremely happy that I was able to take first place at the Lausanne Diamond League yesterday. However, the javelin drifted a bit to the side. All the throws I made faced a strong wind in the middle, so it was hard to go for a big throw. I was hoping to break the meet record, which was set at 90 meters. 3 of my javelin throws drifted to the side. To be frank, they easily had the potential to go for 93 or 94 meters. So my goal for the upcoming Diamond League final in Zurich is to showcase a big distance. Neeraj Chopra also made a great comeback, so there is stiff competition here. Anderson Peters also came up with a big throw. There are 3 big competitors here, and I hope to put up a good fight.
Rumesh previously won the men's javelin throw at the Rome Diamond League Athletics Championship with a throw of 92.62 meters. He also won the men's javelin throw at the Doha Diamond League Athletics Championship. Earlier this year, Rumesh won the gold medal in the men's javelin throw at the Commonwealth Games with a throw of 89.75 meters. He is currently ranked second in the world in the men's javelin throw event. Following his performance at the Lausanne Diamond League, Rumesh now has another opportunity to move to the top of the world rankings when they are updated on the 25th. However, following his performance at the Lausanne Diamond League athletics meeting, there is a strong possibility for him to return to the number 1 position in the international rankings for this event, which are scheduled to be updated on the 25th of August.
And meanwhile, Sri Lankan athletes secured 4 medals at the World Athletics Continental Tour silver level meet in India. Kalinga Kumarage, Shanika Lakshani and Dineth Induvara won bronze medals in the men's 400 meters, women's 1,500 meters and men's 100 meters events respectively, while Dilhani Lekhamge claimed silver in the women's javelin throw.
In more local news, 2 organized criminals, Bas Lalit alias Lalit Kannangara and Vanate Chatu, who were arrested in Dubai, are scheduled to be brought back to Sri Lanka on the 24th of August. Police said that a team of officers from the State Intelligence Service and the Criminal Investigation Department has already travelled to Dubai on the instructions of the Inspector General of Police.
Bas Lalit was arrested in Dubai in November last year. The suspect was arrested at an apartment complex in Dubai based on information revealed during the questioning of one of his close associates who had been arrested in Sri Lanka. The arrest was carried out by Senior Superintendent of Police Kamal Aryavansa, Director of the Central Crime Investigation Bureau, together with officers from the State Intelligence Service and the Criminal Investigation Department who had travelled to Dubai. Authorities later attempted to bring Bas Lalit back to Sri Lanka. However, he filed a case before a local court in Dubai challenging his deportation. A Dubai court recently ruled on the case and ordered that the suspect be deported to Sri Lanka. Police said Bas Lalit is wanted in connection with several murders, extortion cases and robberies reported in Sri Lanka. Vanate Chatu is a close associate of organised criminal Kanjipani Imran. Meanwhile, organised criminals Alto Dharme and Kondaranji are also currently in custody in Dubai. Meanwhile, police say information has emerged about several other properties allegedly owned by high-profile drug trafficker Shiran Basik. According to police, interrogations have revealed that Shiran Basik owns 2 houses and 2 phone shops in Boralaskamoor. Police had previously revealed that 5 hotels along the Marine Drive, Colombo, are also allegedly owned by him. The police further said that the court has ordered an investigation into all bank accounts belonging to Shiran Basik. Shiran Basik, who had fled the country and was hiding in Dubai, was arrested there and brought back to Sri Lanka on the 14th of August. Meanwhile, police have recovered a locally manufactured revolver based on information revealed by organised criminal Dimuthu Chaturanga alias Samitpura Chatu, who is currently in custody. The revolver was found carefully concealed inside an abandoned house in Sedavatta, Vallampitiya. Dimuthu Chaturanga, who had fled the country and was hiding in Oman, was brought back to Sri Lanka on the 18th of August after being issued a red notice.
A group of former SRPP MPs and ministers, including former Presidents Mahinda Rajapaksa and Gotabaya Rajapaksa, along with parliamentarian Nama Rajapaksa, participated in a ritual at the Sinigama Devalaya today.
After the period chanting by the Mahasangha, a special ritual was performed.
We are standing with the people's struggle while engaging in our politics. We have no personal agendas. We do politics with the people of this country. We will stand up for the people in the future, for the needs and wants of the people, both inside and outside Parliament. Even though the government tries to silence us, we cannot be silenced. We are standing up for the people. This government cannot now go to the village without fulfilling the promises given to these people. But we can. Former Presidents Mahinda Rajapaksa and Gotabaya Rajapaksa, as well as Nama Rajapaksa, all came to the Sinigama Devalaya. Look at the number of people who have gathered here. People still love them.
Meanwhile, a rally organised by the Sri Lanka Potujana Peramuna was held in Kuliyapitiya yesterday. Another rally was held in Bingiriya. Views were expressed regarding arrests and questioning.
The court electorate is in the town of Colombo. A person we met in the morning was put in prison by the evening. Under section 54 or whatever section, after using Panadol powder to fabricate the arrest, the boy who came with us for elections, to our rally, to put up posters, to put up our banners, is in jail the next day. However, I can say one thing with confidence. As long as Nama Rajapaksa, the person who received the mandate to be the leader of this country as Mahinda Rajapaksa's son, is here, these games will not be allowed. Today, you can see everywhere on news that people are being put in prison and locked up. The president said that there are 450 files. He brought them in a double cab, placed them on a table and showed them. He said he knows the check numbers. He said he knows the places where money was taken, the places where lands and hotels are located, as well as the places where houses are located. Even after 2 years of having taken power, investigations are still ongoing. I provided a statement for 5 or 6 hours. A gentleman said the hotel that he took belongs to me. Now I said, if the gentleman says so, it doesn't belong to him either. Anyway, it is definitely not my hotel. There are plenty of children in Tangol doing small tourism businesses by setting up restaurants at unauthorized constructions. If there is no owner, it should have been given to them, right? Another gentleman says that gentleman's house in Colombo belongs to me. Who knows what else they will say is mine? So I said, if it's mine, it's not mine either. If that gentleman says it's not his either, it's very easy. They are looking for a building for the University of the Visual and Performing Arts. Give this. It's finished, isn't it? Then let us see if they call and say that belongs to Nama. That is a lie. This malicious, narrow political culture must change. That is what change means.
Here are the views expressed by Member of Parliament Ravindra Bandara regarding unclaimed property discovered during police investigations.
They make statements to the media, don't they? Take the house in Malvana, for example. In the end, no owner could be identified, although the whole country knows who the property is associated with. A decision has now been made to use it for university students. There was also a house in Katharagama bearing the name G. Rajapaksa. The owner of that property has also apparently disappeared. Everyone in the country knows who G. Rajapaksa is, but the owner remains unidentified. Then there was another Rajapaksa, Shashindra Rajapaksa, who received compensation for a construction on government land. That was in the Mahavali project area. So, that too is a similar case. All of them spoke as though they were completely innocent. So, this is also a similar statement. There must be reasons for questioning someone, and investigations are carried out based on those reasons. The law is now being properly enforced, regardless of who they are. Investigations are being conducted into illicit assets and illegal earnings. If they have done nothing wrong, I don't think they have any reason to be afraid. There is no need to issue statements like these or hold press conferences. But look at how many members of their own family have faced similar allegations. What is being investigated is whether anyone has accumulated assets illegally and on an excessive scale, misused government property, or used government funds for improper purposes.
President Andhra Kumara Dissanayake has highlighted the need to increase the capacity of small and medium-scale reservoirs to better prepare for El Nino conditions. The president also instructed officials today to formulate plans taking into account the latest developments related to the El Nino phenomenon.
This discussion focused on the El Nino phenomenon.
ගෝලීය පුරෝකථනයන් අනුව දැන් මේ වෙනකොට නැගෙනහිර පැසිෆික් මුහුදේ උෂ්ණත්වය සාමාන්‍ය අංශක 3ක් විතර ඉහළ ගිහිලා තියෙන හරිය. ඒකින්ද මේ අති ප්‍රබල එල්නිනෝවක් වෙන්න තියෙන සම්භාවිතාව දැන් 90%කට වැඩි කියලා තමයි පුරෝකථනය වෙන්නේ. එතකොට ඒක ලබන අවුරුද්දේ අප්‍රේල් වෙනකම් තියෙනවා කියන එකටත් 97%ක සම්භාවිතාවකින් කියනවා දැන්. ඒ කියන්නේ අප්‍රේල් වෙනකම්ම තියෙනවා. ලංකාවේ තත්ත්වය ගත්තොත් එහෙම මේ ලබන තව මාසයක් තමයි වැස්ස අඩු අපේ. ජලාශවල තත්ත්වය බැලුවාම අපි ඕවරෝල් මහවැලි ජලාශය ඔක්කොම ගත්තාම 150කට ආසන්න ප්‍රමාණයක තමයි අපිට ධාරිතාව දැන් තියෙන්නේ. හැබැයි ඒක ප්‍රදේශ වශයෙන් ගත්තාම වෙනස් වෙනවා.
මේ ජලාශ වලින් සපේන පානීය ජල අවශ්‍යතාවය සපුරා ගන්න පුළුවන්.
දැනට පුළුවන්. දැනට ගැටලුවක් නැහැ.
ඒ කියන්නේ අපිට මේ සති මාසයක් පුළුවන්.
මේ මාසයට පුළුවන්. මාස නෙමෙයි අතර මාස දෙකකට විතර ප්‍රමාණවත් ජලය තියෙනවා.
අපි හිතමු වෝටර් කට් එකක් යන්න ඕන කියලා හිතනවා. ඒක තමන් තේරුම් ගන්න ඕන.
Let's presume that there is a need to impose a water cut. Then you must identify the area that will be affected, speak with the people there and prepare a program. We can't just provide water and suspend the supply when water in the reservoirs deplete. The water board must have data indicating how much water is to be supplied by the reservoirs and that this will not affect irrigation activities. After that, we must consider what other areas are at risk and what the plans are for that region. If the reservoirs are completely depleted, it's pointless to provide with only drinking water. These matters need to be considered.
පානීය ජල විතරක් දීලා වැඩක් නැහැ. ඒකත් අපි මං හිතන්නේ අපි බලන්න ඕනකම තියෙන ආපදායකේ.
The president also unveiled a plan to encourage farmers during the drought.
වීවර්ඩ් සහ අතිරේක භෝග
Paddy and other crops had two different prices. Therefore, we expect to provide a sum similar to fertilizer subsidy provided to paddy farmers to those who grow other crops. I believe that we will be making that decision soon by the next Maha season.
මේක තීන්දුව ගන්න ඊළඟ මහා කන්න එනකොට
El Nino conditions have affected 23 divisional secretariat divisions across 7 districts, according to the latest data from the Disaster Management Center. Now, more than 81,000 people have been affected by the adverse weather conditions. The Disaster Management Center said water is being distributed to more than 23,000 families across 20 divisional secretariat divisions affected by the situation.
The 7 districts affected by the El Nino conditions are Ampara, Badulla, Batiklo, Monaragala, Hambantota, Ratnapura and Polonnaruwa. Meanwhile, water levels at Unnichevavu, the main water source in the Batiklo district, have dropped rapidly. The National Water Supply and Drainage Board said the situation has made it impossible to maintain the normal water supply. Accordingly, water cuts will be imposed from 10 am to 2 pm daily starting today until further notice. Meanwhile, 35% of the wavers managed by the Department of Agrarian Development have dried up due to the prevailing dry weather. There are more than 16,000 wavers under the management of the Department of Agrarian Development. However, the department said 65% of these wavers still have more than 25% of their water capacity remaining. So far, 3,450 hectares of paddy cultivated using water from these wavers have been affected by the prevailing conditions. Meanwhile, the Irrigation Department warns that if sufficient rainfall is not received, there could be difficulties in releasing water from most irrigation schemes for the upcoming Maha cultivation season.
The water capacity of the major reservoirs across the country is currently around 50%, while the major reservoirs managed by the Irrigation Department are approximately at 35% capacity. However, due to the prevailing hot and windy weather conditions, water losses through evaporation from these reservoirs are high. Therefore, by using water very sparingly, particularly for cultivation and other essential requirements, we will be able to manage the available water resources until the next rainfall.
Today is a special day for the people of Godaulpata village in Vilgamur Matale. For years, school children and their parents had to risk their lives crossing the raging waters of the Atambe Canal to reach school and work.
Today, Gammadda put a stop to their struggle with the opening of a new bridge.
For a long time, villagers in Godaulpata Hettipola in Vilgamur Matale suffered due to the lack of a bridge. Villagers had to cross back and forth across the Atambe Canal. Most of the time, mothers carried their children to school on their shoulders. About 1,000 families in several villages, including Beheragala, Himbiliakada, Handungamur, Lediangala and Vasgamur, were affected by this situation. Most of the people in this village make their living through farming. They did not have the resources to build a bridge for their village. This hardship endured by the villagers for years caught the attention of the Gammadda door-to-door team in 2023. Speedmark Transportation Lanka partnered with Gammadda to construct a bridge for these people. The foundation stone for the bridge was laid, adding new hope to their lives. Today, bringing joy to those innocent hearts, members of the Gammadda team, along with members of Speedmark Transportation Lanka and government officers, travelled to that village in a bus dedicated entirely to the village. This occasion was attended by Sunil Malavana, Managing Director of Speedmark Transportation Lanka, Prasanna Madanayaka, Matale District Secretary, Prasanna Adakorala, General Secretary and Manager of Gammadda, HMI Sirivardhana, Divisional Secretary of Vilgamur, and Chairman of the Central Province Transport Authority, Ajit Priyankara. Amidst thousands of hardships, the faces of these innocent villagers who struggled to conquer life by crossing the Atambe Canal were filled with smiles today. They were filled with optimistic hopes for the future. Little children expressed their happiness through dance, singing and acting.
පුද්ගලිකව මට හරි සතුටුයි. සතුටු වෙන්න එක කාරණයක් තමයි මේ
I am personally very happy. One reason to be happy is that this is the third project we are partnering with Gammadda. First, we partnered in a drinking water project in Kantale. Secondly, we built a bridge just like this in Ridimaliadda. Now this is the third one. So seeing the faces of the children of these innocent people makes me very happy. As Sri Lankans, we enjoy something that no other country in the world enjoys. One is freedom. The other is free healthcare. Neither of those exist in other countries, as far as I know. Having received those, we should give something back to the country. What should happen here is not enjoying all of these benefits and going to live abroad. This is called being grateful. We must do things like this. I will conclude my address with the promise that our company will contribute to another project as well.
මගේ වචන සුවපුවේ. Thank you.
The villagers did not just get a bridge, but also a bus for them to travel back and forth. This bus service starts from Handungamur, runs through Himiliakada and Veheragala, passes across Gammadda Bridge and operates daily to the Hettipola town. The villagers also received the good news that a Sisusari school bus service will soon be provided to the village. Gammadda did not forget to provide books and stationery to the school children as well.
බොහොමත්ම ස්තුතියි නේද මාත්‍යා මේ අවුරුදු ගාණක් මේ පහළම අපිට යන්න බැරුව අපහසු වෙලා හිටියේ.
වැහි කාලේට අපේ ළමයි සපත්තු දාන යනකොට අපි වඩාගෙන තමයි ඇලෙන් එගොඩට මෙගොඩට ඇරයි යන්නේ. ගොඩාක් කරදර මැද්දේ තමයි අපි හදන එළවලුවක් හරි ඇරයි යන්නේ කරේ තියාන අපේ මහත්තුරු. ඒ නිසා අද මේ පාලම ලැබිච්ච එක ගැන අපි සිරස ගම්මැද්දටත් ගොඩාක් ස්තුතිවන්ත වෙනවා.
අපි බොහොම දුකසේ තමයි ජීවත් වුණේ. දැන් අපිට මේ ගම්මැද්දේ මහත්තුරු ඇවිල්ලා මේ පාලමක් සදා දුන්නා. ඒක බොහොම ආදරයෙන් ගෞරවයෙන් එමුසුන්ට අපි ස්තුති කරනවා.
Because of the Gammadda initiative, lives of the people in Godaulpata village in Wilgamur Matale have been filled with fresh hopes of a brighter future.
The final Kumbal Perahera of the historic Kandi Asala Perahera of the Sri Dalada Maligawa is currently parading the streets.
The final Kumbal Perahera commenced its street procession today at the auspicious time of 6:28 p.m. Today, the sacred relic casket was carried by the Sri Dalada Maligawa Taska Sinha Raja. Pulatisi Raja and Mian Raja walked as the Dala, the Tuskers flanking the main Tusker. The first Randoli Perahera of the Sri Dalada Maligawa Asala Perahera festival is scheduled to parade the streets tomorrow night.
The 2026 Saturn Mag Women Friendly Workplace Awards were held in Colombo yesterday, recognizing organizations for their efforts to create more inclusive and supportive workplaces for women.
The Satin Mag Women Friendly Workplace Awards 2026 were held yesterday in Colombo. Now in its sixth year, the awards have become a platform for recognizing workplace practices that promote gender equality, career progression and the empowerment of women. The Capital Maharaja Group was recognized as one of the most outstanding women-friendly workplaces at this year's awards. The initiative provides a platform to celebrate organizations working towards creating more equitable and empowering workplaces for women. The recognition of the Capital Maharaja Group highlights its efforts towards fostering a workplace environment that supports and empowers women.
Two dialysis machines were handed by the Senthil Kumaran Relief Agency and Northern Provincial Council to the District General Hospital in Kilinochchi today.
2 new dialysis machines have been handed over to the District General Hospital in Kilinochchi, strengthening healthcare facilities available to patients in the northern province. The donation was organized by the Senthil Kumaran Relief Agency in collaboration with the Northern Provincial Council. The handover took place today at the District General Hospital in Kilinochchi with the participation of Canadian High Commissioner to Sri Lanka Isabel Martin, Minister of Fisheries, Aquatic and Ocean Resources Ramalingam Chandrasekhar and Member of Parliament Sivagnanam Sridharan. Consultant nephrologist at the teaching hospital Jaffna, Dr. Brahma R. Thangaraja, was also present.
Thank you for this great opportunity to represent Canada in the best way possible. I'm very proud to see this donation to help the people of the region here, and I really want to thank specifically the donors in Canada, the temple, and the specific donors who really made it possible for this donation to help getting better treatment for the people here.
The initiative aims to improve access to dialysis treatment and provide greater support to kidney patients in the Kilinochchi district and surrounding areas.
Minister of Foreign Affairs, Foreign Employment and Tourism, Vijay Herath, highlighted the long-standing contribution of the Methodist Church to Sri Lankan society. He made these remarks while addressing the inaugural session of the Annual Methodist Conference 2026 held in Colombo yesterday.
The Annual Methodist Conference 2026 was held in Colombo yesterday. Recalling the arrival of Methodist missionaries in Sri Lanka in 1814, Minister Vijay Herath highlighted the importance of the Methodist Church continuing its service to the people of Sri Lanka, particularly through its contribution to social justice, reconciliation and the unity of the country's diverse society.
Our diversity must never become a source of division. It must become a source of strength. Religious institutions have an important responsibility in this regard. They must help us build a society based on compassion, dignity, tolerance, and mutual respect. As we look towards the future, I hope that the Methodist Church will continue to make its contribution to education, social justice, community development, and national reconciliation. Let us remember that institutions endure not merely because of their history, but because of the service they continue to render to the people.
Popular Thai singer and artist Minthi arrived in Sri Lanka yesterday to participate in the Pop Culture Festival, a major music and arts event scheduled to be held in Colombo.
Popular Thai singer and artist Minthi arrived in Sri Lanka yesterday to participate in the Pop Culture Festival, a major music and cultural experience scheduled to be held in Colombo. The festival is set to take place on the 28th and 29th of August at Port City, Colombo, featuring a lineup of internationally renowned musicians and DJs. Minthi is scheduled to take the stage on the 29th of August, the second day of the festival. Sirasa TV, Yes 101, Newsfirst and YFM are the electronic media partners of the event.
Hi Sri Lanka fan! I'm so excited to be here and I'm finally here and exciting to meet you guys on the event, and then hope you guys come and enjoy us. I bring a good energy and good vibe and ready to see you guys at the show.
The US imposed 50% tariffs on some Canadian goods today after two long-standing allies failed to reach a trade deal with each other, accusing the other of derailing days of talks.
Announcing the suspension of negotiations shortly before the Friday night deadline, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney said he would impose reciprocal tariffs on US goods dollar for dollar. Stephen Machado is ready to bring us more.
Yes, thank you, Viara, and thank you, Charlene. Now, a fresh wave of US tariffs on a wide array of Canadian goods came into effect today after a last-minute breakdown in trade talks. Now, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney said, quote, last-minute changes in the US proposed terms were unfair, uneconomic and called into question the reliability of any deal, unquote. Now, trade negotiators had been engaged in intense talks since July after President Donald Trump threatened to impose a 50% levy on nearly $20 billion of Canadian imports by the 19th of August.
Mark Carney said in a statement, quote, in recent weeks we made important progress towards improving Canada's position as having the best deal in the world with the US. However, that progress has not been enough to meet our objectives for Canadians, end quote. Carney quickly outlined what his government would do to protect Canadians from the impact of the trade war, saying that it would introduce in the coming days new measures to support workers and businesses. US Trade Representative Jamieson Greer pinned the blame on Canada, saying that it was a missed opportunity for Canada to partner with the United States. The tariffs will hit about 5% of Canadian exports to the US, including electronics, industrial machinery and dairy products, adding to pre-existing US tariffs on steel, lumber and autos. Trump imposed tariffs on key imports from Canada early in his second term last year, prompting Ottawa to retaliate with a suite of countermeasures. The two countries have gone back and forth ever since, with Trump periodically introducing new tariff threats.
The Commandant's Cup Sailing Regatta 2026, organized by the Sri Lanka Navy, concluded today off the Sea of Sri Lanka in Trincomalee.
The Maharaja Media Network served as the official media partner of the event.
The three-day regatta, organized for the sixth consecutive year by the Naval and Maritime Academy of the Sri Lanka Navy, was held in Trincomalee. The Sri Lanka Tourism Promotion Bureau also supported the event. Sailors from 6 countries participated in this year's competition, namely Bangladesh, Italy, China, India, Indonesia and Sri Lanka. The Maharaja Media Network served as the official media partner of the event. The races were conducted in 2 categories, the championship category and the open category. Chief Petty Officer PTDS Rajapaksha from the Sri Lanka Navy secured first place in the open category. Muzammil Imtiaz from India finished second, while Minuga Hettigamage from Sri Lanka took third place.
So I know that years to come it will be one of the events which catches the island's eyes. So the Navy intentionally moved this regatta out of the Naval and Maritime Academy to share with our commitments and the beauty of this sportsmanship and how affiliated this sports to Sri Lanka as a maritime nation, to understand to our own very nation, people and to nation beyond. I'm confident that the Commandant Cup will now become a permanent calendar event of tourists and the academics of neighboring and beyond to visit in Sri Lanka. So let me to congratulate and commend exceptional skills and seamanship and sportsmanship displayed by all teams. So we should pursue for the winning, and we are sincere enough to accept the defeat. That is the beauty of the sportsmanship. I'm urging from all participants to keep their passion for sailing alive and pursue their dreams with integrity. Please do carry the good memories of Sri Lanka. And so that is our ultimatum. That is our ultimatum of bonding friendship and forging the networks.
Following the awards ceremony, a special sailing display by the Special Boat Squadron was held off Dutch Bay Beach in Trincomalee.
And that's a wrap for Primetime News on TV1 for tonight.
Thank you for watching.
Good night.